Hello everyone, my name is Faith. I'm an inner work coach. I help women who feel stuck and out of control in their life go from a place of self-doubt and frustration to a place where they are clearing mental blockages and activating and balancing their feminine and masculine energies. So if this interests you, make sure you subscribe so you can keep up with the channel. So today we are going to be going over the 3 energy states of your nervous system, what they mean and how they affect you. So let's just get right into it. There's a theory called the polyvagal theory that shows how our autonomic nervous system determines how safe or threatened we feel. And this impacts our emotions, our behaviors, and our connection. So there are 3 energy states within our nervous system. I'm not going to use the scientific names because I don't want us to get too confused. But the first one, or the highest one, is your safety and connection energy state. In this state, you have a calm presence, you're able to be open and receptive, and this is where your creativity thrives. To me, I believe this is where feminine energy is at its peak. The second state is your fight or flight state. In this state, your body is preparing to fight, it's anxious, it's defensive, and it's ready to put up a guard. And the third state, the lowest frequency of the 3, is your shut down or freeze state. In this area, you shut down, you're numb, and you have a lack of motivation. So one way I like to think about the nervous system is like a traffic light. Green is your safety. You're on go mode and you have nothing stopping you. Yellow is your fight or flight. In this area, you're preparing to stop. You're preparing to put up a guard. And then red is the freeze and collapse state. In this area, you're disconnected and you're numb. Feminine energy thrives in the green light state. It thrives in the safety and connection state. That is why having a regulated nervous system is so important. Our brains are always scanning our environment for safety or danger, and this mostly goes unconsciously. That is why doing inner work is so important, because having a lot of experience in unsafe environments or being in danger or experiencing a lot of trauma, it can make your nervous system be more towards being defensive versus relaxation. So, for example, animals, well, all living things have energy states, right? So let's say a gazelle is roaming the grass, they're eating, minding their business, and they sense a lion. A lion starts to run after them and chase them. Their energy state is going to be in the fight or flight energy state. But unlike the gazelle, once we're in that state, we do not naturally come back down to a state of peace. After gazelle is chased, once it's in an environment where it's safe, it goes back to roaming the grass, and it brings its nervous system back to the safety and connection state. But humans, we have a harder time getting back to that homeostasis, getting back to that safety and connection. It's hard to go from fight or flight and then go back to safety, because in our environment, there will be things that our body senses as dangerous, people that we sense as dangerous. And so we live in that fight and flight energy state longer than we are supposed to. And that is what creates disease. That's what creates anxiety or depression. There is a Bible verse that I love. It is Psalms 46:10. And it says, "Be still and know that I am God." I love this verse because stillness actually activates your safety and connection state. This energy state is the same neural pathway to peace. Stillness trains your body to rest and trust. That is why meditation is so popular, because meditation actually activates your ventral vagus, which is the scientific term for that safety and connection state we've been talking about. So especially for women, this is important because women are biologically wired for connection instead of protection. During hunter and gathering times, women would stay at the camp in large groups. They would stay in groups to coordinate childcare, to process food, and to gather plants. This helps strengthen their safety and connection. This is why safety and belonging are so important for women. When women override their natural state by rushing or overachieving or suppressing their emotions, their body enters fight or flight. They will begin to experience anxiety, fatigue, and hormonal imbalance, just to name a few. What being in fight or flight is like for me, I compare it to driving home, and you know that feeling you get when you get all green lights and you're close to your destination. You feel so good, you feel lucky. You're like, what did I do to deserve this? No traffic, all green lights, versus being stopped at every light. It's going to the next light and then immediately having to stop. Going to the next light and it's the same thing. Which one would you prefer? All green lights, just cruising and flowing, or being stopped at every light and expecting and having the anxiety that the next light is going to be the same? That is the difference between living in a state of flow and living in a state of fight or flight. So, at this moment, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what energy state are you currently living in? Are you in fight or flight? Are you in freeze and shutdown? Or are you in a state of safety and connection? After you've answered that, I want you to think of the clues that your body gives you throughout the day. Do you have a high heart rate? Do you notice that you get shortness of breath? Are you fatigued? Are you anxious? Listen to these things. Your body is telling you this for a reason. It's not normal to be anxious all day or fatigued all day. If you're experiencing those things, something deeper is going on. If you are experiencing those things, I want you to find 3 minutes of stillness wherever you're at. And I actually challenge everybody, after you're done watching this video, pause, take 3 minutes to breathe. And you may notice that when you first start to breathe slowly and connect with your breath, your heart rate may elevate, it may go faster. And that is because breathing, slowing down your breath, rapidly moves you into that safety and connection state. You actually start to move quicker than your body can catch up. And so you may experience a little bit of anxiety. That is just because you are shifting your energy so quickly. But trust me, just keep on breathing slowly and your body will eventually catch up to your breath. Okay, so I have a few practical daily regulation tools that you all can start incorporating to get into that high frequency. So the first one, which is my favorite, is breath and prayer. The way you can do this is you can say a short prayer if that's your thing. If you're religious, if you believe in God, I highly recommend this. And then you breathe in for 4 seconds and out for 4 seconds. Breathing helps repattern your nervous system into that safety and connection state. It actually physically anchors you to safety. Number 2 is gentle movement. Things like yoga or dancing, even stretching. These help activate your safety and connection pathways. Number 3 is called the touch release. It's when you have your hand on your heart and you feel your heartbeat and connect with your breath for about 6 seconds. You can go ahead and remove your hand and then repeat it. Having your hand on your heart and feeling your heartbeat as you breathe actually stimulates a sense of calm. The last is community co-regulation. This is probably the most powerful one, and this is looking like joining a small women's circle where you all are focused on the same goal. It can be a workout class, it can be a small study group, it can be a book club. Things like that bring people together that have the same goal are very high frequency energy state, and that's what you want to be around. Doing this helps restore safety through belonging and connection. So I hope you all enjoyed this. This was a very quick overview of how to go from self-protection to self-permission. Being in a high energy state is where your feminine energy flows. It's where you're able to show up creatively, honestly, and being able to receive. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.